Hello Gundam fans, this is Brad92, and today I'll be looking at the 10144 high grade Gundam Unicorn Banshee Norn Destroy mode from the Gundam Unicorn OVA series, the final episode. And it is the Unicorn mold, the one we've seen countless times for the Unicorn and the Banshee. And it still has a nice clear orangey yellow cycle frame. It has a different color and V-fin for the Banshee itself. It doesn't have the arm pieces from the normal Banshee, but it does have this mane, which is opened up here. Basically plugs right into where the beam sabers used to be. And it's very thin, but at the front, I kind of like it. It doesn't really look like a mane, but it does give it kind of more of a bulky look, just because of all the stuff on top. But definitely thin from the side. And it does have stickers. These yellow pieces here are stickers. The eyes, the forehead camera, tucked away in the back. Nothing on the back of the head, but you do have a little navy blue here on the V-fin, and all the little verniers on the skirts and the legs, and a little navy blue right up there. So, not a lot, mostly just the detailing. And it's still a nice solid kit, still very tall, I still like it, and like I said, I do kind of like the mane, but they very easily come off if you don't like it. But I kind of do, so this is still a very nice looking kit. Articulation is still the same, the ball jointed head, forward and back, up and down, arms go forward, up and down at the torso, rotate, can go out, rotate below the shoulder, one joint at the elbow, ball jointed wrist, you got a ball joint into the, stuck in the torso, so you do have some wiggle there, and rotation, ball jointed skirts, hinge side skirt, legs will go forward and backwards, separate from the waist. They can go forward, and not much back or out, a little bit. It is a double jointed knee, but that's all you get at the bottom. And then you have the ball jointed feet. So the lower half is still kind of limited, but you can get some interesting poses. So articulation is still alright with this kit. Now, the normal stuff that came with the other unicorns, you got the beam saber handles on the wrist, which kind of flip out from friction. The thing is, we don't get any clear beam sabers, the normal ones that the other ones had, but I guess it's alright. I mean, I have plenty, but if you don't have any other high grades, that might be a bummer. And even though the main piece plugs into where the beam sabers used to be up here, you can still mount them right into these grooves right there. Although I have to say, they're just holding on by friction, and they don't hold the best. They fall out very easily, and it's kind of annoying. And they can still be held, whoops, rather easily. Although they do fall out just because there's no, like, the one side isn't super big, but you can kind of get it to stay there if you try. And, of course, we have the beam magnum with the revolving launcher attachment, which I put the trigger finger hand on. So it looks pretty good. I like the attachment. Definitely reminds me of the, I think it's the Origin RX-78 has a little sticker for the scope. And it still has the, whoopsie, still has the extra handle here, and a little connector at the top, so you can plug it into the back for storage. And you actually get two ends of the revolving launcher. This one's just basically for show, and then this one, it has 3 holes, so you can have it either down here with the hole or at the top. And that is for the actual beam effect you get, which just plugs right in like that, and it kind of replicates what the GP-01 could do with its beam rifle. It had the beam coming out, which it did use in the, I think it used in the fight against the Physalis. So I like that, that's kind of cool. So even though we don't get any beam sabers effect parts, we do get one for the actual rifle. So I guess it's a nice trade-off, not too bad. You don't, like, this has only happened one other time that I'm aware of. And we also have an extra ammo clip for the beam magnum, which you can plug right here. And you get an extra revolving launcher, which you can plug right onto the other side, like that. Now that's kind of neat. I don't know if it actually has this in the anime. I'll have to look again in episode, what was it, episode 6, to see. But I don't remember it. But it might have been there. And finally, we have the armored arm opened up. It doesn't move, there's no moving parts, it's just permanently like this. And it does look pretty good. You can have it stored on the arm with this connector here. And it'll just clip into the gap on the arm. Actually, probably might look better the other way. There we go. Oh, wait. I almost had it. There. It is a little heavy, because it is a lot of parts on here. But it stays on, well, it does stay on, I just gotta fiddle with it. Also, the mane kinda gets in the way. A lot of stuff sticking out, as you can see. But it is kinda cool. Although, if you don't want it on the arm, you can, oh, squeaky. You can always take this part off, and take this adapter piece, which I just plug right in there. And then you can plug it where the beam magnum would go, and this is the super, what is it? It's like a booster mode, which will help it fly faster. Which is cool. I actually like this more. Kinda like this more. Although, there is one other thing you can do. Oh, aside from having the normal connector for the back. I think this is made just so it kind of extends it farther. It'd be very, very close with this. And I don't think it would work. But, this was interesting. It doesn't show any of the instructions because this is actually, I think, a leftover from the Phoenix. This bar is molded perfectly to go over the connector in the middle. And what this will allow you to do is to take this, if you take this little hole here, it's covered right now, and then you can plug the armored arm into the side. So if you had another one, obviously it goes on the other side, and you have the Phoenix. So I guess I never built the Phoenix, I never got it, but I guess, oops, I guess it had 2 plates for the arm, like one for each armored arm, and you get the arm connector. So you can do it like that if you want to have it on the other side. And, just like the other Banshee, I believe, you get the opened up normal shield. Which, hey, if you want now, you can use it, and you can have it on the arm. Double the shield power. Or, if you want to be lopsided, you could connect it onto the other arm here. Because why not? Although it kind of makes me want to get another armored arm just to have it on that side. And have a, I don't know what you want to call it, double-armed Banshee Norn. But let's just get rid of this because it isn't technically supposed to be used. Just put that right back there. And I gotta say, I like the accessories. It is kind of weird we don't have beam effects for the beam sabers, but hey, we got this, which is neat. I like the extra revolving launcher piece, and they get a duplicate for storage. And I do kind of like the armored arm. It's not a super awesome accessory, but it is kind of cool. And the fact you get this is interesting. So the accessories are pretty decent. Now, of course, the Norn is a very tall kit. Here it is next to an average size Gundam. You can see, pretty tall. And here it is next to the normal Norn. And you can see, yeah, it definitely gains a... It's so weird to look and see how freaking big these things get when they go into the story mode. It is quite impressive. And you can see the different version of the armored arm when it's not opened up. And of course, I gotta compare it to the other version of the Banshee. my Purple Rain Banshee. So yeah, it's nice, even if you have the normal Banshee from episode 4, I believe it was, it's still cool to get this one, because it does have different weapons. Like, obviously it doesn't have the cannon on the arm or the claw, but it is kind of cool. They do give you some interesting accessories on this thing. Although, I can understand it if you already have a unicorn or a Banshee or both. I can see you not wanting to get this guy because it is a lot of the same thing. But I still think it's a pretty cool model. So that's about it, and I'll see you at the next review.